Recently, I moved from the USA to India. All the hopes, dreams, passions that I had, they were put on hold, if not to an end. I left behind all the friends that I considered my family. I come here, and I'm forced to start over. The first thing that I do when I come here is isolate myself. And although this is a very negative thing, it's actually what gave birth to my speech. Because being to myself made me very observant. I would spend hours and hours just thinking about the things that I saw, things that I heard, things that I noticed. And all of these observations made me reach this conclusion. This conclusion that the world is perfect. Now, if I had heard someone say the world was perfect maybe an year back to me, I would have thought they were out of their mind. And I'm sure that's what most of you are thinking about me right now as well. And that makes sense because our world is filled with thousands, hundreds of flaws. We have issues like poverty, unemployment, animal abuse, human abuse. The list goes on forever. But I just want to plant one thought into your head. We distinguish and admire people, good people, as you like to call them, that dedicate their hearts and souls to putting an end to these type of issues. So if these issues did not exist, who would our good people be? And would they even exist? So before I continue on that note, I want to switch over to explaining a picture, an image. So I'm sure most of you have seen this image somewhere. It looks good on necklaces, bracelets, and such. But yeah, this image is called the yin and yang symbol. And I'm sure most of you know the basics as well. It symbolizes opposites working together to create harmony. It's depicted by the opposite colors, black and white, that swirl together to make one whole. But if you look closer, you see that there's more to the image. Inside the white side, there's a black dot. And inside the black side, there's a white dot. And this symbolizes their interdependence. One cannot exist without the other one. If you still don't understand, let me take an example. Let's take happiness and sadness. One cannot be happy unless they know how painful it is to be sad. And one cannot be sad unless they know how wonderful it is to be happy. And some other examples. One is not considered short unless there are tall people that they are compared with. You don't have a day unless you have a night. You don't have shadows unless there's light. So the whole world revolves around this idea of balance, harmony, interdependence. And no matter what humans do to destroy this earth, that balance can never be lost. But how is this relevant in our lives? Well, I want to go back to what I was mentioning earlier about the good people, our heroes, and how they correlate to the issues in our world. So all our heroes, they would have started off with a dream. Most of us have a dream, whether it's a significant one or not. One might dream to become a police officer, a teacher, a doctor, anything. A police officer is a solution for crime. A doctor is a solution for illness. A teacher is a solution for illiteracy, sometimes even poverty. But then if you think a little further, you see that not only are police officers the solution for crime, but they cannot exist without it. Police officers do not exist unless there are criminals to catch, crimes to solve. So in this way, all these occupations that people dream of becoming are interdependent with the flaws of our world, the issues in our world. So because the world is, as we like to call it, imperfect, people have a dream and a purpose in life. Now, some people are more passionate towards their dreams than others. Let's take an example. Let's say someone was very passionate about stopping animal abuse. They eat and breathe to put an end to this issue. But let's take them in a very simple situation. Let's say they're in a car and they look out the window. What do they see? They see a street dog but they don't see the beautiful trees planted next to it, or the beautiful sunset in the sky. It's like looking at a painting and realizing the first thing that catches your eye is a tiny black smudge in the corner. In this way, all the flaws of our world are constantly being highlighted, making it seem even more impossible that our world may even be perfect. And I hate to put dreams in this negative position, but I like to think of dreams as a lens that magnifies all the flaws of our world. Now, when I moved here, I didn't have that lens. I didn't have a dream or a purpose that, I hate to say this, corrupted my vision. So I saw the world for what it really was. I saw the street dogs and I saw the trash on the street. But I also saw the trees, I saw the sunset, I saw the happy people walking down the street. I saw yin and yang in our world. And that's what made me realize that this world is perfect. And this realization changed me in undescribable ways. And bottom line, I want others to experience this as well. Now, I don't want to pass on the wrong message. I don't think that you should stop dreaming. I just think that we need to start looking at the world differently. I think that we should admire the perfections of our world because, yes, there are many, but we should also appreciate how the flaws of our world coexist with them. Because in reality, there's nothing that we have to change about our world. Isn't that the definition of perfect? Thank you.